Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Transparent Homeschool. Wow, it's been a long time since I've made a video because we have been working relentlessly on our back deck, and with very happy hearts, it is so close to being done. But having said that, I did want to come on and just share with you our wrap up of our first quarter of our homeschool in our new home, and wow, has it been a learning curve, guys. I just, so this is going to be our third year, right? This is our third year homeschooling, and each year has been different, and we're at a different place in our homeschool routine, our homeschool journey each time our first quarter ends. And so, it's just been really slow moving at times and then really smooth at times. I will say this though, my kids have not been in the past 2 years. So this, like I said, this is our third year. In the past 2 years, they have never been as excited to learn as they have been this year, and that makes my heart so happy. So the first thing that I kind of just wanted to share with you is the last quarter video I did was our fourth quarter, our year wrap up for last year. And at that time, my daughter had just turned 1. She had just started to learn how to walk, and so she was still like walking all over the place. Well, at the end of this quarter, she has become Miss Destructive. I mean, everything that she gets her hands on is everywhere. She's throwing it everywhere. She's ripping it apart, and we've lost many good books to her terror. And so, I guess for me, the hardest part of this first quarter is just kind of figuring out what to do with her. And I don't mean that in like a, I'm going to go put her in a closet somewhere, but like, she does still take somewhat of a morning nap at 18 months, and that's quickly coming to an end because the time that she's asleep is dwindling very quickly. However, the times that she is awake, I put lots of toys in her crib and lots of books, and she still has, I'm going to call it like alone time. And so in that time, we get both of my son's math done and my daughter's math done. So there is part of our school day that we still have to ourselves. And that seems to work really well. Now for the afternoon, or for after that time, so like when she's done with her morning nap or her alone time, what to do with her. Because if I bring her out with us in the schoolroom, I mean, she's everywhere. She's walking and she's grabbing and she's like complaining to be picked up and held, and then she wants to get down. And so it's just really distracting for the kids when they're trying to do their schoolwork. So what I've really had to end up doing is, and the kids love it. So the child that isn't with me doing like their independent work, so their language arts is what we do after math. And so when one child is with me doing the language arts, the other child goes into my toddler's bedroom, and they can play with toys. They listen to music on that thing, the Dot. I don't want to say her name because she'll talk to me, but they listen to music and they have a really good time, and I hear nothing but like giggles and laughs coming from there when they do that. And so I think that's a really good balance right now, just because it gives the child who's not doing the work a break and they get to play. But then also, I know that she's being watched in there. And there's nothing harmful in her room. I've been very, very diligent in keeping her toys in a place where she can reach them, but keeping everything, that is for adults or whatever, up out of anybody's reach. So, having said that, that's been my biggest challenge, is to really figure out how the routine is going to work. And I came up with a routine, and I like printed it out, and I laminated it, and it was really pretty. And then I've just had to just basically dissect it and move stuff and this and that. And so, like our read aloud, our like family read aloud is now at nighttime at bed, like at bedtime. And so once they're in their pajamas and they brush their teeth, we get into my daughter's bed, and we snuggle up, and then we read our chapter for our chapter book. And I think that makes a very nice close to the day. It kind of just finalizes everything, and then we get to snuggle afterwards. And I love to snuggle. Who doesn't? But that's really been a good thing there. And then as far as like the subjects and things, so we have a full plate with all of our subjects: math, handwriting, language arts, science, and history. So we alternate history and science every other day. And that seems to go well. My kids love science. We started the year with space science, and we just ended it about 2 weeks ago. And so we have another little break. We have about a 2-week break, 3-week break before we start our next science unit, which is weather. And so we ended that 2 weeks ago. We ended space science 2 weeks ago, and then next week we're going to pick up with our meteorology unit, and I'm really excited for that. But they just love science. They are very, very interested in how things work and how like the universe worked, and they really picked up the things that I was trying to teach them. And so, I would consider science to be a success this year so far. Fingers crossed that they like meteorology as much as they did space science. Anyway, okay, so then let's see. So we alternate science and history every other day. Science, great. History, It's good to get it started, I'll say that. But I do think that my kids are still a little bit young to really kind of pick up on it. They've learned stuff, and they think some things are interesting, and some things they really kind of just do. But it is a struggle. And so we're going to finish history this year, and we'll continue, as they get older and stuff. But this year, they're just really not into it. But I do think that it's important to kind of introduce them to these things. And we did start the Good and the Beautiful history early enough to where we can circle back again and then do all 4 units or all 4 levels by the time my eldest gets to high school. And so that's good. So we will revisit year 1 at some point in the future. So I'm not too worried about it right now. And again, I just think the important thing is that they're getting kind of those basic historical details, and they're enjoying it as much as they can. I think that they rave about science, but they're okay with history at this point. And then, like, for the most part, like I said, this quarter has gone really well. We've had a lot of adjusting to do with schedules and the routine of our day. Now for like subject specific points that I wanted to share with you guys. We've really been wrestling with language arts level 2 this year, my son, and it's the new version, and so there's a lot of writing and a lot of spelling. And I think that the way that they have their units or their lessons planned out, they're not hitting spelling every single lesson. Most of them, I would say like 95% of the lessons, you're doing something with the spelling words that they're giving you. But, I mean, my son needs constant practice with these spelling words. And so we were really struggling for the first couple of weeks with the spelling. And so finally I went online and I found a website that's free, and it has a bunch of these different spelling activities. And then you input the words for your spelling list into the website, and then that's the list that they use for all of their computer activities. And so he's getting like computer practice, and so a few of them are like typing. And so we haven't done typing yet, but he's getting, again, a good introduction to, where letters are and how the keyboard works. And so this week was the first week we really, really utilized that website, and it showed for sure today on his spelling test. He got everything but one word right, and it was he got one letter wrong in the word. And so I was really happy with the progress just from last week that we had made. So we're going to continue to use that website and take the spelling part of the Good and the Beautiful at his pace. And that's the important thing. Again, you don't want to be a slave to your curriculum. You don't want to be bound by what they say. That's just a suggestion, and your child best. And so, like, if that doesn't work for you, make it work for you, and that's what we did. So I'm happy about that. And And so every time there's just like little spelling things in his course book, we just skip over it and go to the next activity because we're going to do something different for spelling. We're still using the words that they give us, but we're not using them in the way that they want us to. So, like I said, this week has gone really well with that, and I hope to continue to make really good really good progress. There you go. Progress with that website on spelling. Now, with my daughter, she loves all things school. I mean, she is ready for school at the beginning of the day, and we are just going through Math K and the Level K primer. I didn't want to start her right off the bat on the Level K Language Arts course book because I just kind of wanted to get her used to having a course book and just to being in like a formal setting. Like last year and the year before, she just had one of those workbooks that I bought from like Walmart for preschool, and we worked our way through that, and that's what we did. This year is formal. She has a math book, she has her handwriting book, and she has her language arts book. And so I wanted to really slowly start her into this idea of having lessons to do each day. And I mean, our lessons take us maybe 20 minutes, and that's from start to finish with reading in it. And so I've done a quick video about the library, the Good and the Beautiful library. I rated basically level 1, 2, and 3 books. And I got her the beginning books A, B, and C, and D. And so when she's done with her lesson, she goes to her beginner boxes, and then she takes out one book, and we're going through all of the set. So she has already finished box A, box B. She's in the middle of box C, and those books are a lot longer. They're a lot longer. Let me just show you, the size alone. So here's box C of the beginner books, and then this is box B. And so, just the size alone is different. And so, her and I take turns reading the pages, and that's okay with me. And we'll work at her pace, and we'll read at her pace because I don't want to push it. But having done that, she's still making really good progress for a kindergartner, and I'm really excited about that. And then with math, she does one lesson a day, and she loves it. She loves the Good and the Beautiful math, and I am so thankful that we made the switch to the Good and Beautiful math. And my son, too. It's really funny because last year, math was such a drag, and it was just nails on a chalkboard, guys, trying to get him to focus and love his math. He just wouldn't do it. This year, though, he really likes math. Having said that, though, we are repeating level 1. And so a lot of this stuff, most of it, is review from last year. And so he already has the foundation for it, but it was very, very rocky and very shifty from subject or from concept to concept, whether he had mastered it or whether it really needed some work. And so this year I decided, you know what? We're going to go back, redo level 1, and just really get a firm grasp on all of the first grade concepts in math. And I am so glad that we did. However, I did expect us to be moving faster through the book than we are. I expected us to be doing at least 2 lessons a day in that book. And it took me a few weeks, and then I was like, listen, Beth, chill out. This is what homeschooling is. This is what he needs right now. He doesn't need to be doing 2 lessons a day so you can zoom through this book or this level and then go to level 2 so he can be on grade level. He needs this to build his confidence, to get that firm foundation of his math skills, and that is what is important, and he's doing it. And it's great to see him excited about math, and he loves doing math now, and I couldn't be happier about it. So I had to really adjust my expectations. That's my thing. Adjust your expectations, and that's kind of what homeschooling allows you to do a lot better than some other forms of education. And so I just think that this first quarter has just been trial and error. If I had to sum it up, trial and error, and adjusting and tweaking and this, that, moving around. But all of it encompassed together, I think this is one of our best quarters we've had in the 2 years. So out of 8 quarters, 9 now, out of 9 quarters, this I think has been our best one, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to be bringing out a video pretty soon about the differences between the level 1 Good and the Beautiful math and the level 1 Right Start math, which my son did last year. So it's kind of be like a side-by-side comparison. So look out for that video because I don't want to say too much, but like I said, I love Right Start math, and I think the way it teaches stuff is really great. And I mean, number sense is a really huge priority in the early levels of Right Start math, but it just wasn't working for my son, and now I can totally tell the difference in his math abilities. And so I'm just going to do a quick side-by-side comparison, but that's just another, like a preview or whatever you want to call it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video, and hey, I hope you have a really great day. See ya!